Foundation step 6, continuing with mindful communication. I speak, then I feel, and now we're at then I feel and I speak. And we're in foundation step 6, co-regulating, a mutual exchange of energy for healing and getting through stress. And so we've practiced mindful communication, active listening, compassion, empathy, be non-judgmental to the best we can. We've learned to set boundaries and become aware of how much energy we're putting into conversations, relationships, or tasks, and when to know to have the awareness to stop and maybe come back and back off and reset, which leads us into this mutual exchange of energy. And I'll tell you right now, if you feel alone, you are not alone. And once I stepped back, and in my darkest times from the attack, I looked at who was in my life, what I had in my life. These resources, people, places, things, support groups, all this, which I will talk about later, and connection and community and resources. But it was very important for me to let things release through talking and feeling heard, and then being able to sit back and sense that someone cares is very powerful in getting through stress, definitely getting through illness and trauma. We need a team, and we need to feel safe. At least I did. And once I began to set boundaries, I found people in my life, most importantly my beautiful wife, friends, my therapist, my psychologist, my mentors, that I could talk to and feel safe with and feel heard. And I could get responses and love back. And so it's very important in healing and just getting through stress in general to have healthy mutual exchange of energy. And this is where our boundaries come in. And if we're in these exchanges with people, places, and things, and we sense that the energy is getting drained, then it's time to back off. But if the energy feels safe, nurturing, connected, and loving, then we go with it. And I take advantage of things like that. And that allows me to release, process, and start trusting. And this energy back and forth is just dynamic. It's a wonderful thing. Just like the trees behind me. Community. Sensing this energy. And so I was able to fortunately, my place where I'm at in life, my wife and I, she was a big support, so I could take her or a support person to places I felt stimulated with, or when I wasn't feeling right, I reached out for help instead of isolating. And Anthony de Mello said this one time, as I read in one of his books, Old Jesuit Priest. The 3 hardest things we can do as human beings is include the excluded, return love for hate, acknowledge we are wrong, and then I added a 4th. And the 4th difficult thing for human beings to do is ask for support or help. And if we get over this and allow ourselves to be vulnerable, it builds this resilience. And once we speak about this and have this mutual exchange of energy, this healing energy, we can move beyond the stress and deal with it better and grow and get through life's challenges. So I am a big supporter of talking and finding safe people in your life to talk to. And I used my psychologist. Like I said, I had a team behind me that I sought out. But remember, this exchange of mutual healing energy, this is where we connect with people, and we either help each other regulate and co-regulate consciously or unconsciously, but it's a sense of belonging and feeling safe. And so co-regulating and this mutual exchange of energy is just very powerful, especially when, we've all been there, not feeling well and or feeling stressed out, instead of holding it in and isolating and keeping that energy stored in our body. Reflection time. So bring your awareness to a point in your visual field, or gently lowering your gaze and closing your eyes. Reflecting. Are there people in my life who help me co-regulate? People I can talk to that I feel safe, that will help me co-regulate and have a loving mutual exchange of energy. Who are they? Do I have a pet, even an animal of some sort, or plants that I can just connect with to co-regulate energy with? And bringing your awareness back to your anchor or focal point in your visual field. And maybe taking a minute to open up your eyes and journal a little bit. And maybe if you haven't contacted someone in a while, maybe reach out and just say hi. Be cool to yourself, be cool to others. Connect with you next lesson.